Hi guys, I am back, and today it's a bit of a serious video. If you saw well, it's not really recent, but if you've seen my previous video, I talked about my condition. Then you will know I mentioned about scoliosis, but this video is just going to be based on my scoliosis. So before we start this video, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, subscribe to my channel and join the fam. And also click the bell so you don't miss another single video. So yeah, guys, I've got it all written down here. So I was diagnosed at 7 years old. Let me just pop it up so I can read off it, guys. So yeah, I was diagnosed when I was 7. So I was diagnosed with scoliosis when I was 7 years old. And then I had like tests to see if it was definitely scoliosis, and I just had all these different tests. I remember some of them actually. They were pretty traumatic because back then I was like really scared of needles and really petrified of everything, and I'm still scared of needles, guys, which I hate them. So yeah, so I had all these different kind of tests in local hospital to me, but now I go to Sheffield. So yeah, when they got all these bundles of tests together, and I don't know what they say on these tests, but it must have said I had scoliosis somehow. Don't know how to work it, guys. But yeah, so I had an MRI scan, which they are awful, guys. If you've had one, comment down below, because honestly, guys, they are awful. It's just an awful time. So yeah, I had an MRI scan to see how curved my back was, and it was actually really curved, guys. It was actually really bad. Like, I couldn't like lift my head up. It was like that. I can't do it now because I've got paralysis. But yeah, my head was like really down like that. And like I was always falling over and bumping into things because I couldn't look up to see what was in front of me. So that was really scary. So yeah, so I had an MRI scan, and it was crushing. My back was crushing my lungs because I was really lunged forward. So it was crushing my lungs, and I was struggling to breathe sometimes, and I got out of breath like really, really easily, guys. So that was like not good for me. So yeah, in 2011, I think it was. All these dates are just really hard to remember, guys. So bear with. So yeah, 2011. I think it must have been my first operation, somewhere around in 2011. But yeah, my first kind of little op was where I had the traction. So if you guys know what traction is, it's like a halo. I don't know if it's like a metal halo or something like that. But and they like screws into your head to like keep it like on my head. And then I had a weight at the back of it to lift my head up, which was not comfortable in the slightest. And I've also got like scars in my head. I think there's one there. And then somewhere in my head, but like all around my head. And so that was really, really a really bad time for me, guys. Like I couldn't move, couldn't get out of bed. It was really bad, and I think that was for like 4 or 5 weeks, like just in the same position in the bed. In hospital, I was so fed up and so bored. It was just not good. And then let me have a look, because I've got it like all written down, guys. So yeah, and then after that little operation, like after the month I had that done, somewhere in that time slot, I'm trying not to make this as gross as it was, because it's obviously gone on YouTube, guys, but yeah. So what they had to do, they had to take a burn out my leg. I don't know if it's called a fibia or a tibia, one of them. So yeah, they had to take that out my leg and put it in my throat, and that's where they cut my neck. It's a scar. Not good, guys. It don't look like that though. It's because I need to clean it like regularly. So I need to clean it, guys. Sorry if that looks a bit gross. So yeah, they had to take a burn on my leg and put it in my throat to keep my head up straight. Which that lasted, I'd say, a couple of months. And then I just felt like this really weird like thing at the back of my throat, and it came out of my throat because it was like holding here to keep my head up. So yeah, it came out of place and came like it was at the back of my throat, so the doctors had to get it out my throat, which was a really horrible time, guys. So yeah, I'm not gonna say anymore because it's just so gross, guys. And then I think it must have been before that I had my rods done, which that is not good. It was really, really horrible, guys. I can't really remember it because it was like 2011, 12, because in 2013 I went to Disneyland, Florida, because they didn't know if I'd be allowed to go because the burn had just come out, so they didn't know if my back would be okay, my neck would be okay. So but I went anyway, guys, and I was okay, luckily. But yeah, I've got the metal rods in. It starts like, it starts at the back of my head and like halfway down to my back, which it's okay. Like I've grown to live with it and deal with it. But I went to the hospital. That's my dog barking. Oh my god, will she shut up? So yeah, I went to the hospital, I think it was like a couple of years ago now, and they said where the rods stop, my back's begin to curve, and they said it was like, so that's your back, I think it was like that, but I think it's like, I don't know if it's got worse, who knows, guys. But yeah, they said I would need and it would need another operation, which I don't know if I'm forced, to be honest, guys. I'm not sure, because I watch these videos of like my scoliosis story, which this is what I'm doing right now, and it's really interesting, see other different people's stories and what they've been through. And I just thought I'm gonna do one because I just love watching other people. So now you can watch mine, guys. Oh my god, mine, guys. I'm seeing if I missed anything now. So yeah, basically they put the rods in my spine to straighten my back out, which the beginning of my back and the middle bit of my back is straight, but the bottom of my back is slightly curved. I don't know how, I'm sure I said like when I went, it was 30 something degrees, like curve, but I don't know if it's decreased, I don't know if it's increased, because I'm discharged from the hospital, which is Sheffield. So, and they said, like if I've got any pains, any aches, any, it's like looseness, is that a word? Who knows, guys? I would have to go back and they would have to mend my back, which I guess it's okay. So, yeah, I don't think I've missed anything out. I don't know. I would, like, that's one of my scars, guys. Well, it's two, I guess. But yeah, that is a bit gross. I'm sorry, guys, but you probably see it on my videos anyway. I'm like, what is that? So yeah, that's one of my scars, guys. And I've got one on my leg. I can't believe my trousers. It's like quite visible. Can you see it, guys? Don't know if you can because the light's shining it. But anyway, there's a scar there, and there's one on my back, which you can't really see it because it's well gone. But I've got a scar there. It was like big, like when I saw the picture when they did it, and it was a massive scar, but it's obviously like gone and vanished. So yeah, guys. that was my scoliosis story. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you guys have scoliosis, then comment below, because I would love to hear your story. Yeah, I found it like really interesting. Like I watch loads on Instagram, and I just find them so interesting. See what other people have gone through with scoliosis, and yeah, I just find it really, really amazing. Nothing doing. Oh no. So yeah, that was that video, and because I was actually meant to film it yesterday, but I don't know what I was doing yesterday. I don't know, because I looked on my calendar, because I've got like all my videos scheduled for when I'm doing them, and I looked on my calendar and I was like, damn. So here I am today, filming it and uploading it. A day late, but who cares, guys? Nobody. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like. If you're new to my channel, give it a subscribe and put that bell on. See you later, guys.